Jeff, obviously, anytime you're out there and D Rose is going like that, it's kind of tough to stop. What were you able to do to at least kind of try to slow him down a little bit?
Looked like nothing, I guess. He was out there making shots. I mean, played like the MVP tonight. I mean, when he's making threes and things like that, he's a tough cover. We're just going to come back and try to make some adjustments to make it a little more difficult for him. Just try to keep him out the lane. And if he's making threes, we're going to have to live with it.
Jamal, Coach talked about that timeout 49 seconds in. Were you guys surprised by that? And how did that sort of set the tone for what the rest of the night played out like for you?
Yeah, I think everybody was surprised by that. Our fans, players for sure. Whenever you have to call a timeout, not even a minute into the game, it's kind of disheartening. But Coach felt like he had to do it. And, I think the first two plays, somebody got a wide open shot, and then Rose got to the lane, and that's not how we want to start the game. So the timeout was needed, but it's just disheartening to come out and start the game like that.
Jeff, excuse me, your minutes throughout the season were sort of up and down, and now you're thrust into the starting role and on a big stage against the MVP. How do you manage to stay balanced, stay level-headed, and play your game and not get overwhelmed by the stage or the matchup?
Just stay ready, and you try not to go out there and do too much. I mean, just try to play your game, try to do whatever it takes to help the team. Once you go out there and try to battle, go back at him, and try to do too much, that's when things get messed up and you start turning the ball over, things like that. So you just try to keep a consistent effort and not do too much of anything.
Is one way to counteract Rose is you try to take the ball to the hoop yourself and kind of make him work as much on defense as possible when he's got it going on offense?
Most definitely. I mean, you can't let him just rest on the other end and come back and attack you and have all his energy on the offensive end. So Coach always tells me to be aggressive and make him work on defense, and I try to do that tonight, but he was still making shots on the other end.
For both of you guys, was this a different Bulls team tonight than you guys saw in games 1 and game 2?
I think they came out with the same intensity to start each of the games. Tonight they were making shots. I think that may have been the difference. And when they make shots, or anybody makes shots, it gives you confidence. They play hard. I mean, that's why they won 62 games. They compete. They play hard all the time. They don't take rest during the season. They don't take rest during the playoffs. And they definitely came in on a mission to steal a home court advantage, and they did what they had to do, and hopefully we'll bounce back Sunday.
Jeff, can you tell me a little about what they were doing to get such good, so many clean looks at the basket from the outside?
Our defense was geared to keep them out of the lane, and they were penetrating, kicking for threes, and guys were making shots they weren't making in games 1 and 2. They were knocking down tonight, and I mean, we're going to have to live with some of the outside shots to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane, because that's where he really kills you. But when the guys making shots like that tonight, I mean, nothing you can really do.
Question to both. How do you guys correct this going forward? Because it seemed like the energy just wasn't there from the start. You guys can never get in it pretty much from the opening tip.
I think you watch film. You watch things you did in game 1 to be successful, and you come back and try to repeat those things. Energy shouldn't be a problem, especially playing at home in front of your home fans. So we got to come out. Everybody has to look in the mirror. Everybody that's with the Atlanta Hawks has to look in the mirror and see what we can do. To get one win, and just take it one at a time and go from there.
Jamal, Derrick Rose spoke about when they're on the road, but just in general, how they're tightly grouped and, they approach the games like it's them against the world, and, they're in a war. Larry Drew spoke about how you guys didn't have a lot of focus or the energy at the beginning of the games. Is that the feeling in that locker room as well, what Derrick Rose described in Chicago?
I thought we got a lot of enjoyment in playing on the road this season. I think we had one of the better records on the road compared to the last couple of years. And I think we like playing on the road as well. We won in Orlando, we won in Chicago. So, not to take anything away from our own fans because we were undefeated here coming into tonight. But on the road, you definitely have to take on that us against the world mentality. It's only 15 people or 25 people that travel with you. So you got to have that mentality. It does make you close.
Thanks, guys.